Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today's video is a little bit of a different run, and thanks to Eileen for hitting me up on Instagram and saying to me, hey Dale, you know, I just wondered if you considered talking about what else you're interested beside Fendi. And I was like, to be honest, I haven't really looked sideways at anything else for quite some time. But if there was a bag trend that's happening at the moment that I am absolutely besotted with, it's shearling, it's faux fur, it's some furs, it's that fuzzy, fluffy texture, it's everything, and it's so much fun. And if you followed my channel for a little bit, you'll know that I like things that are a little bit eccentric and playful and fun, and I thought that might be something worth talking about here, because for a lot of my subscribers in the Northern Hemisphere, you might be wanting those cozy vibes and looking for ways to kind of bring some fun and whimsy into your otherwise potentially dull and boring fall winter outfits. I mean, who am I to judge? But I think that a bag can really elevate your mood, particularly if you've, you know, invested in some really classic coats and boots and pieces like we all do in winter. How do you bring a bit of fun? How do you bring some cool, edgy vibes to your outfit? And obviously if you do have rain and you do have snow, these bags are a little bit more difficult to wear. But look, practicality and fashion don't always go hand in hand. So I wanted to share with you some of my favorite fluffy bags from the current season trends, things that I'm seeing come out right now, things that I might even buy even though I don't have an excuse to wear them in terms of the weather. Obviously I'm going to start with Fendi because I was just down at Sydney visiting the Queen's Club boutique. I finally met the fabulous Lily, and she had picked some beautiful pieces for me to have a closer look at whilst I was there, and she knows me too well. And it was very, very tempting. Had it not been for the 25th anniversary baguettes being available for pre-order, oh, I was so close. So on my Instagram stories, I posted this picture. In this picture, I will show you some close-ups. I have the Mohair baguette that is current season. It's priced at around $5,490 in boutique, and it is beautiful, curly mohair. The interior of the bag is the Zucca kind of canvas, and it has a very, very dark brown, like calf leather buckle attachment, I guess you'd call it, and the top handle and shoulder straps. That bag had me absolutely besotted. Initially I walked past it, and then I picked it up, I took the stuffing out of it, and I just kept carrying it around, and it sat in my lap, and Connor and Meredith and Sapna were all saying to me, Dale, something's going on with you and that bag. And I'm like, it just felt like one of my pets. In fact, Sapna said to me, when I see that bag, it just reminds me of Alfie and Edwina, my dogs. And I'm like, yeah, what a vibe. The thing I love about that bag is that I think that it's fun, and it looks way bigger than it is just because of the length of the little, you know, the fleece on it. But also that I think that that kind of bag, because it's so novel, you could wear that all year round. I don't think it would look out of place with a floral dress because it's so eclectic and fun. It kind of looks like you're carrying a puppy dog around, especially if you were to carry it kind of clutch style under your arm. So that one, it had me absolutely bewitched for quite some time. The other bag in that picture is a beautiful shearling baguette in a baby pink colour. This baguette was part of the fall winter release for Fendi this year, 2022, and I had never seen it in person. I have seen the Montresor in the shearling in the kind of grey colour, and also my friend Sapna I was referring to before, she bought this bag to my Fendi event when she came and surprised me, and I'll put a picture of her wearing it here. That bag stuffed is nothing. take the stuffing out and let it like sag and crumple in on itself. It is divine. Inside of it is just like the most cozy, beautiful shearling vibes. Outside is so smooth and soft, it is unbelievable. If you have a pair of original Ugg boots, you'll know what I'm talking about that smoothness across the top. It's just unbelievable. So I put a poll on my Instagram to see what you guys thought, and most people voted for the pink, and I think most people were voting for practicality, and thought the fluffy mohair one was ridiculous. They're both priced exactly the same, but if I'm to be honest, my heart was with the mohair. And thanks to Geraldine for your encouragement. Geraldine loves Hermes bags, but she shares a love of whimsy with me as well, and she was quietly coaching me in the comments on Instagram to buy that bag. However, when I went back to Fendi, as I've said in a recent video, something from the 25 re-edition bags caught my eye, and I just couldn't have them all, so the mohair had to wait. Now the next one I actually shared on my Instagram last week and said like, this bag is everything, and it was from Dior. It's actually a medium-sized Lady Dior in this beautiful shearling. It's a stunning bag. Now, again, if I had the climate to justify purchasing this bag, I absolutely would. It reminds me of my wicker Dior there, not classic. It's got an easy opening at the top. It's so clever how they've been able to incorporate the canage pattern into the shearling. It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful classic style. It's a twist on a classic style. I think it's divine. Now, if I could add that beautiful Lady Dior and just have a summer version and a winter version, oh, wouldn't that be a beautiful, beautiful combination? Now look, something that is doing the rounds on Instagram and getting a lot of airtime are the YSL shearling bags. It's no secret they're not my favorite. I've popped this one in. To me, this looks like a teddy bear that's been reincarnated into a handbag, you know, like Paddington Bear. It's a little bit off-putting, isn't it? But that's what it looks like. I think it's a, you know, it's a cute kind of, you know, it's got a nice sheen to it. It has real teddy bear vibes if, you know, browns and neutrals are your vibe, and you know, you like a shearling or a fluffy bag, I think these YSL ones might appeal. For me, they don't. But, you know, not everybody has the same taste as me. I threw this one in just for my neutral lovers. Balenciaga, if you know, happen to see some videos I did earlier in the year, I actually found this neon green Balenciaga hourglass bag. It was from last year, but my sales associate was able to find it for me. And wow, if I can pull out the picture of me trying it on, it's just incredible. I went in on a lunch break at work or something. It's not the color I wanted. I wanted white, hence the Dior, but just, I don't know, it looked like it looked like a Fraggle from the Labyrinth or a Muppet of some description. So crazy cool. So the first place I went looking for fluffy bags for this video was Balenciaga, and I found this gorgeous teeny tiny little pink fluffy charm. It also comes in a grey, and it is shearling. Now it's quite an investment at 1750 AUD, but if you just want a little taste of the TBE, as Cassie Thorpe says, then this bag might be for you. Just a little taste. At 3,600 you can get the size up, which is the extra small. It comes in black. I couldn't see any other colours on the Australian website, but if you're overseas you might be lucky enough to find some other ones. I think if you're going to be spending money on any bag, then you need to understand what you want to use it for. And if you do want to carry things and you're going to spend that money, then maybe this extra small might be a better option for you. Bottega Veneta, I went into this boutique in Sydney with Meredith and Connor, and the first thing that we looked at were these fluffy little faux fur pouch bags. There was a purple one, which I don't have a photograph of, and a red one. And I'll pop the red one on the screen, but they were so weird. Again, reminded me of some of the little creatures from the Labyrinth movie. I didn't like the texture of the faux fur. It just, for the price of them, like $4,200, I was like, yeah, it's not, you know, I wouldn't buy it, but are they fun? And if I was given one, would I accept it? Absolutely, happily. They also have the chain pouch in this porridge colour. I mean, porridge, what a name for a colour. It just sounds revolting, but it looks a little, you know, different, interesting, probably more of a classic kind of early 70s style colour, I'd say, with that big chain. And of course the mini Jodie, and comes in several colours, but the one that I'm showing you here is the Parakeet in like this kind of fluffy shearling style. It's still really expensive. It's $3,840 for this tiny little bag. So, you know, these are for your hardcore fluffy bag lovers, that is for sure. That's pretty much what I've been looking at. Oh, actually, I went to Louis Vuitton for a beautiful lunch, again, with fabulous Meredith and Connor and Meredith's entire team at Louis Vuitton. And in the VIP room, they had all of these shearling bag styles. And I have to say, the shearling does look great with the Monogram and the vachetta, because they're all kind of neutrals. The one that I've picked out to show you here is the Locky BB. It's $4,200. That's not a bad price, I don't think, given that it's Louis Vuitton. It's a practical bag, but it's just too brown for me. I don't think it has the whimsy. It's a little bit serious, and for me, if I'm going with something fun, I want to go fun the whole box and dice, not just a little bit of fun on the flap, if you know what I mean. So there's some of the highlights that I've picked out. I know there's a few videos going around talking about shearling bags. I'll link the ones that I have seen in the description box below. I think Autumn and Winnie did a collaboration on shearling bags, so I will pop their videos in the description below. Just came to me just then. But yeah, what do you think about shearling and mohair and fluffy fuzzy bags? Are they something that are going to make your list for this fall winter, or all year round like me? And what do you think about my mohair baby? Do you think I need to have it in my collection? It still haunts me. It probably will continue to, but I don't think it's going to be a popular bag, so that may be one that might potentially go on sale at some time in the future. Alright, well, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I usually put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. I'd love to see you back, so please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Until then, ciao!